What up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel, Dap Universal. I'm Dap. So, coming back at you with another pick a card reading. But first, I'm gonna finish this cookie because I recently got an air fryer, and I have been basically experiencing the abundance of the universe, the limitless abundance of the universe through simple pleasures like air fryer cookies. Wow. But today we are looking into, all right, hear me out. How would a tarot reader or a psychic describe you to another person? So picture it. You own here. God. So picture it. You on here trying to find some insight, trying to get some answers as to why your person acting the way they act and why they acting an ass. Why they out here doing crazy shit. You may actually have a reader that you actually go to, whether it's in person or on a live stream. Hello. But what if that person was doing the same? What if someone has done the same with you, but they'll never tell you? So this is kind of like the idea of like, so how would a psychic describe you to a different person, you know? And so not really focusing too much on like, say, who that other person is, just what that psychic would say about you, if that makes sense. Hopefully I ain't got cookie crumbs on my, okay. But anyway, without further ado, if you are new here, welcome. I do tarot card readings all day long, literally all day long. And I think I provide an interesting perspective, you know? And like, you know, for one, I'm a dude, like doing this stuff. But no, it's like, I'm a little goofy. I kind of keep it like, you know, laid back, easy going. But if you are, you know, into that kind of thing, go ahead and subscribe for me, or just like the video, you know, if you want to. If you are returning, you know, welcome back. You know how we do. We're gonna pick between 3 piles today. I'm gonna show you those piles on the next screen. All of these cards are decks that I am currently working on, or I finished, just need to get printed. But I like to kind of show off the decks through the pick a card selection process, you know. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Or you can just check the timestamps below if that's helpful for you, whatever. Pause the video if you need to. But I'll go ahead and just see I'll let you read, okay? So bye for now. What up, pile number 1? If you chose the key, welcome to your reading. First things first, I just want to let you know, because we keep it real, it is hotter than hell on Memorial Day in here, but I don't want to turn on the air because I don't want any more like noise to distract us, so I'm doing this for you, okay? But let's get into it. This is basically how would a psychic or a tarot reader describe you to another person. Think if they're out here getting readings on you or something, or someone wants to get a reading on you. That part's subjective, but this is what they would say. Yeah. Off the bat, I want to start us off with an animal spirit that I have for you to kind of give me insight maybe on your personality, the type of person that you are. Sorry, the camera is slightly shaking, but you pull the shark animal spirit, and before you go crazy, you know, none of the animals in this in that deck is negative so much as it's given from the perspective that animals are just animals. So there's no bad animal in this deck. But I will read you the shark. It is a water totem, so it could allude to Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And it says directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when the shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When in balance, the shark is intriguing, captivating, mysterious, When out of balance, it's sneaky and destructive. To bring it back into balance, honesty. All right. So this kind of speaks of like maybe parts of yourself, or parts of like say I won't even say like a personality trait so much as like a repeating pattern that maybe embeds itself as a personality trait. You know, like we all have those tendencies, but yours is not speaking up for yourself sometimes when you need to, and then it may circumvent into this like spirit of like lashing out or being resentful, that kind of thing, because we weren't speaking our truth, so we kind of project it onto the other person. And all that is subconscious, by the way. You know, it's like you bend over backwards to try to do the right thing for somebody, and before you know it, it's like you look at the situation as like, I'm not getting anything out of this. Or like they're not really like, you know, doing their part, and I'm doing everything. You start to resent that person, you know. But that's just an example. Some of y'all may also really like water or have an affinity for fish, maybe Pisces. Or also a very dominant personality. Some of y'all may be in a very competitive field or doing something that involves a lot of, like, say, direct action. Like you gotta jump on opportunities, like freelancing, something like that. Could be business world, whatever. Something where you, also military, if you have to like climb the ranks. But I also made these little letters cards with numbers on them to kind of see maybe like initials for you or the person who could be asking a psychic about you. You pulled C and L. So C and L, this could be letters in your name. This could be your initials. It could be their initials. Use it how you want to. I'm getting Cleo, Clancy, like, you know, Clarissa. Explains it all. But the numbers on here are 3. You got 3 a lot. Because I was seeing 111. I think the card that you picked, 33, has, like, the key is 33. Both these cards are, carry a vibration of 3, because C is the 3rd letter in the alphabet, and L is the 12th letter of the alphabet, which breaks down to 3 in numerology. And 3 is all about self-expression, that need to speak your truth. That thing, self-expression, is a big thing for you. Communication is a big thing for you, whether there's a lack thereof or you are balanced in it. But it's like, it speaks of that being like a major part of your existence, is learning how to communicate effectively. But I do want to kind of look at, say, how would a tarot reader describe your like emotional tendencies. So we're gonna be looking at, like, say, in general, and also maybe your shadow side, because if you go to a psychic asking about somebody else, we gonna get into the dramatic, we gonna get into the dark side, the stuff that the person probably wouldn't tell you, or maybe not even want you to know, because that's what we do. We expose the truth. We bring light just meaning knowledge or truth. Darkness being the unknown, ignorance, not really speaking from a place of like good and bad. But let's see what comes out for you. All right, so we have New Moon in Capricorn. Step up and lead. You may be a leader. Like, your natural tendency may be to just drive the boat. You know, it may be what it is. Some people just have that natural ability. You could be a Capricorn, or Capricorn moon especially, or moon in the 10th house. But step up and lead. And some of y'all may be having like an issue with that, like stepping into your true power of, because that's who you are. It may not be comfortable with how you were raised or how you get treated when you step into that energy, but it's still something that nags at you. Shadow side is, this fell on the floor. Number 1, triumph of lies. So sometimes it may be hard for y'all to tell the truth. And when I say that, I'm not out here just calling you a flat out blatant lying ass hoe. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is sometimes it may be harder to speak the truth when you know it may cause confrontation. Sometimes it may be harder to speak the truth when you know it's going to cause some kind of embarrassment or some kind of reprimand. So you may be real quick and really good with a lie when you need it, you know? Just what it is. So a psychic person would probably tell the person that, like, who was asking about you, that you may bend the truth, or that you may say things to kind of soften the blow. Like, does this dress make me look fat? Well, everything makes you look fat, but no, it doesn't. You know, that kind of thing. Forgive me, I'm being silly today. But it's saying that you may have a hard time speaking the truth out of fear of the negative consequences of that truth. But at the end of the day, the truth shall set you free. They said it for a reason. You know, it's like the benefits far outweigh it. And there's an element of truth that just keeps popping up in your reading, by the way, because I already pulled the pre-pulled the cards, just two. We're gonna look at just generally, like say your present self in this moment, a light attribute, and then a shadow attribute. So the light attribute, you do pull the Seven of Pentacles. This is a patient person. You could be a Taurus. A very patient person, doesn't mind waiting, does not mind waiting, but also probably feels like other people should wait for you. You know, good things come at a price, and good things aren't quick and instant. And you know, it's like there's levels to this, and you are prepared to play the long game, and this is what it is. Now, to clarify that, I just picked up the deck. You have the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You are a person that goes after what they want. You get what you get, and you normally really do achieve your goals because you probably have a strategy at play whenever you come up with something. If it's not feasible, you let it go, probably really quickly. But things that you want, you know that they take time, and you don't necessarily beat a dead horse. I like you. You don't necessarily just beat a dead horse. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which is about, you do probably put a lot of emphasis on your financial stability or your resources. That's one thing to not play with is your money, because you take that stuff really seriously. Maybe you grew up in a house where you didn't like have everything you needed or wanted. And so in your adult life, you kind of project that as, I'm going to be much better than I'm going to find myself in a much better place than my parents were, or something like that. Like you have a certain drive about you that may stem from childhood, or maybe just an expectation that you should have nice things and money and whatever. But you do like you like to be comfortable. You like to be comfortable. I would not be surprised if you was a Taurus or Libra, Venus oriented. Now, with the shadow side, you do have Justice in reverse. Now, Justice in reverse can speak of when pushed in a corner, you will do what's necessary to dig your way out, which is as lying, cheating, whatever it is. Self-preservation comes up a lot for me for some reason. Self-preservation. A lot of times, I'm not out here saying that y'all out here just being bad people or nothing like that. I think we all have a shadow side, and it's important not to be all too invested in this concept of love and light everything. Nothing bad exists, because that would be a disservice to you. I wouldn't be doing my job. But Justice in reverse kind of speaks of your shadow side is someone who isn't always fair and just, under the guise that you were not treated fair and just. So why should I be fair to you? If you cheated on me, I'm gonna cheat on you back. I may not even say that I even know, but I'm gonna do my dirt just like you doing your dirt. It's like that energy, tit for tat. And that is a negative embodiment of justice, tit for tat. Justice is not tit for tat. Justice is this idea that everything that you put out into the world, you're gonna get back. You reap what you sow. So if someone cheats on you and your reaction to that is just to cheat on them, you're gonna get your karma for that too. Like, they gonna get their karma, you gonna get your karma. This is what it is. You did not do the right thing. Like, you can't try to do the right thing by doing the wrong thing. Doesn't, you know, they say two wrongs don't make a right, or two lefts don't make a right, something like that. You know what I'm saying. But clarify justice in reverse. The Knight of Cups in reverse, and this normally comes in play, or this normally comes into your life the hardest whenever you are in romantic relationships. It's something very much tied to a language of love, or how you accept affection and give affection. So this is something to look at. A tarot reader would look at you as somebody who is very driven, very smart, very eyes on the prize type of person. But watch out, because they may come across as disingenuous. So remember, the truth will set you free. And also remember, if you ain't never heard this before, if you're new here, I say it after every fucking reading. If you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and all we do. Bye. What up, pile number 2? If you chose the High Priestess, welcome to your reading. So yeah, we're off the bat, we're just going in, looking at how would a psychic or a tarot reader describe you to another person, you know? Pretty simple, you know? So off the bat, I did want to start off with animal spirit for you, just to kind of gauge your personality, maybe what's important to you, I don't know. But you pulled the wolf, and it is a earth totem, so you could be a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus, but it says the wolf, guardian of the family, tribe, activism, and ritual. So the wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none. When in balance, it's reliable, democratic, and fearless. When out of balance, it's judgmental and domineering. To bring it back into balance, practice letting go. Damn. So the wolf. Y'all like community. Someone who likes community, but not only likes community, I feel like certain bouts of extremism for some of y'all. Like, be careful of cults is what I was kind of feeling the whole time I was reading that. Be careful of cults. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. You know, put that shit down. Don't drink it. Just saying, that ended badly for a lot of people. For others, it's just like saying you have a certain way about yourself where you're quite fixed. You could be a Taurus, you could be a Virgo, all those, but like I was picking up on Taurus, some like a fixed sign, somebody who is really I am who I am, I like what I like, it is what it is, and maybe even old school about it. Maybe not liking a whole lot of new shit, but that's just for some of y'all. I did pull these letters and numbers cards that I kind of made to kind of pull some initials, life path numbers type of energy. And you pull VA. Some of y'all may be been in the military. Some of y'all may actually be veterans or children of veterans, that kind of thing. You have number 1 and number 22, which is a 4. So you are very much dominant in the sense of like you like to take control of your own life. You're very much the energy of somebody who is a go-getter. You may have an ego problem every once in a while. Who doesn't? Life path number 22s are the master builders. They're the ones that normally have their shit together. Like, you know, they are like the serious leaders of the pack. Like because they can process structure and rules and enforce them and make them in a way that a lot of other numbers can't. And number 4 is just that energy of stability and reliability, practicality, you know, someone who is very resourceful yet very reliable. People call upon you to get shit done, you know? You may have V or A in your name. They may be initials, or they could be the initials of the person who is maybe constantly looking into your energy, like through psychics or psychic work, if that applies to you. Now, y'all pulled major arcanas, all major arcanas in the tarot. And that's very significant. When I see all major arcanas, I feel like that's a big energy. You have a very, very big energy about yourself. But the cards are kind of conflicting because on one hand, in the light attribute of your present persona, your present self, you have the Hermit in reverse, which is a tendency to kind of like be a little too private or a little too closed off, so to speak. It could be someone who is like, say, like so into enlightenment and spirituality that we kind of lose grip on, say, our earthly 3D selves, you know? There is a saying, forgive me if I butcher it, but it's like, it goes something like this. It's like, don't be such in like a heavenly mind that you are useless to your earthly self or something like that. It's like head in the clouds. Like you have to remember that you do have other areas in life that aren't just spirituality and worship to God or source, whatever. It's like saying you have to balance that out between being too, and also just being too private. Some of y'all aren't like fanatics, but it's like more so a fanatic of your own privacy or your own space. You're very kind of cut off, closed off, don't want to be bothered. And that kind of contradicts your shadow attribute of the Emperor. And when I say shadow, I just mean like a more unconscious drive that you have. which is maybe a need to control a lot of things. So a psychic reading, you may say that you are a very private person and you are controlling in your environment. Like you feel safe when you know what's coming in, what's going on, who's doing what. You're watching. You're always watching. You like Agnes from was it Agnes or Edna from Bewitched? Edna! That shit, like with the binoculars and shit, looking in, catching her do spells and stuff. Like, that's you. That's you. I'm playing, but no, really though. That's how you'd be like described to somebody, like getting a reading on. So it's like, and just noticing, by the way, the Emperor is also a number 4. You are very much by the books. Even if you wrote that book your damn self, you're very much by the book. I do want to pull you a moon card to kind of show your emotional tendencies, like your emotional side, like in general. Whoop. We have full moon in Aquarius. Just be real. Just be real. So you may actually have a moon in Aquarius. You may be an Aquarius sun, moon, rising. But what that means for me is somebody who's quite blunt with their words. When emotional situations arise, I think your instincts are more so to think through things as opposed to feel through things from a rational place, talk yourself down. You may also have some quirkiness about you, like some really weird hobbies or something like that. Maybe weird things make you feel safe. So you may have like a weird quirk or a weird tendency, like say some people like chew on their pen tops or something like that. Like you may have a habit to kind of calm yourself down, like a self-soothing thing that may be really odd to other people or annoying to other people. I don't know why that came out like that, but that does. Now not moon cards. I'm gonna pull up one of these in the shadow oracles to kind of see your shadow side, your dark side. When I say dark, it's the super subconscious, like a tendency that we all have somewhere within us whenever we feel threatened, whenever we feel, say, triggered, that kind of thing. So it is a negative aspect though of your emotions. We do have bride in a cage. Some of y'all are really, really isolated. And it may actually be due to like a relationship that did not work, or this fear of being left or like abandoned. So you know what? How can I cure that fear? Eliminate that as a possibility. I won't put myself out there so you can't abandon me. If I'm already abandoning you or I'm already cut off, you cannot cut me off. That can be a shadow attribute, like someone who is emotionally sometimes unavailable. So that's how some people would like describe you to a tarot reader. I'm just saying. But that's all I got for you. I'm just going to keep it kind of short, kind of sweet, you know. But sound off in the comments. Let me know if this resonated. And remember this. If you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and all we do. Bye. What up, pal number 3? If you chose the rune Laguz, welcome to your reading. And we're just looking into what would a psychic or a tarot reader say about you to another person? How would they describe you to them? So this is like if someone's getting readings on you, or hypothetically, if they would get a reading on you, what would they be told? So off the bat, I did want to pull you one of these animal spirits, and this is just to kind of hone in on maybe a personality trait of yours that's very prominent to kind of get us into the feel of who you are. But I'm going to read from the guidebook, and you pull the oyster. The oyster. Who don't like a good oyster? Fried for me. You know, if you like them on the shell, that's cool for you. But either way, you know, I'll do like an oyster. But oyster, patient, secret keeper, hidden inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is, oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires in life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? What is it? Do it. The world is waiting to see. When in balance, the oyster feels blessed, generous, and masterful. When out of balance, it's reluctant, gripping, and clams up. To bring it back into balance, share something. Like literally, authentically, give yourself. You know? People will find value in it because your life in its raw, unadulterated, glory is relatable, because your life, like everyone else's life, is probably very similar to someone else's experience. May not be similar to everyone's experience, but I'm sure there are aspects to your struggle and to your wins that people will really, 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 really appreciate the candidness for, because that's how we learn and grow through the experiences of others. That's the reason why they say we need to learn and understand history so it doesn't repeat itself, right? It still continuously repeats itself, but we still need to know it, right? There's a lot to be gained from that. As mundane or as lackluster as you may perceive it to be, it may be everything to someone else who may be really struggling through something that you've gotten through, Just food for thought. Off the bat though, I've made these letters and numbers cards for you to kind of give you some additional insight of what a tarot reader would say about you. Your initials may start with S or U or have them in it. Now I understand, like, U is not a very common first letter in a first name or last name. I actually fall into that category of the minority in that aspect. My last name is Underwood, so I do have a U as initials. I don't know, but the numbers that those letters carry is 1, because S is the 19th letter of the alphabet, so that breaks down to 1. And 19 is a very karmic number, by the way. The karmic part of it is like, so 1 is all about the ego, and it's about determination, getting things done, so to speak. But the karmic number of 19 can sometimes be somebody who's gone through a lot of hard shit, or someone who struggles with their identity, Also, U is the 21st letter of the alphabet. So it breaks down to number 3, which is self-expression. So you may have a hard time expressing the things that you want to do or the things that are important to you. Number 19 is also in tarot the Sun card, which is about shining your light and about success and being purely happy in what you're doing and what's going on. It's the most successful card in the deck, and it's funny that that comes out with the number 3, which is about self-expression, because maybe you have a hard time living your truth or putting that dream that you have to fruition, or putting it out there, So I do also want to pull a moon card for you, and this is just to kind of say what emotional aspect kind of describes you, just in general. We have Blue Moon, believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible. So you may have actually gone through a lot of stuff that was quite miraculous for you. You may have like one of those birth stories. You know how like some people say are miracle babies, like they weren't supposed to be here, like kind of stuff. Like one of my best friends, she was born on January the 1st. She's a New Year's baby, born on January the 1st. Like a few years after her mom actually had her tubes tied. She did not want no more kids. Her kid was almost grown. Like her only sister was almost grown when she was born. Like she was not prepared. She was just a complete accident, like kind of thing. It's like she literally got the operation, and sure enough, found out she was pregnant. Didn't believe it. Found out she was pregnant. Oh my God! Do it again. type of energy. And on January the 1st, she had my best friend, and that was one of those stories where I was like, I joked with her. I was like, your soul was like, I'm coming ready or not. Like you ain't got a choice. And she is a master number 11, so it makes a lot of sense. Like I feel like she was really determined to be here. But you may have like one of those stories. I have another friend who was born with her umbilical cord wrapped around her neck, and she was breech. So like those kind of things, that may be something prominent to you, because I feel like the moon is connected to the mother. and also say the conditions of your early childhood. So believing the impossible could, to me, mean like maybe your parents tried really hard to have you, or like something's involved with your birth story is like a miracle in itself, you know? Also, you could also have like one of those tendencies to dream very, very big, but not really have a practical way of putting it into reality. Like say you have your goals maybe larger than like say your work ethic sometimes, or your ability to pull it off, you think. So it's like that aspect of it. But the thing is, the key part of that is that you still have the ability to dream big and believe in the impossible. And that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trait that not a lot of people find value in, unfortunately. But let's look at the shadow aspect of your emotions. What would a tarot reader say about you? Well, this one landed on the floor. You have gilded regret. Number 5, gilded regret. And to me, this is that idea of like, you know, when you think back to in life about how you used to perceive where you would be, like say think 10 years ago, and you think about it as like, damn, I thought I was gonna be somewhere else. And you start regretting the decisions that you made, or you regret the choices that you made. Even sometimes, and like this card specifically speaks to me in a different way too. She wears a golden crown, right? She's like queen of the fairies. Gilded regret. Gilded means golden. It's like saying maybe you sacrificed something or chose something that was practical over your real dream, and you regret that choice sometimes. Or you have a tendency to tell yourself, my dreams are not realistic. I need to do I need to do what's practical and reliable, and you end up unhappy. That's also the shadow side of that whole believing in the impossible. So it's really interesting that those cards come out together like that. But your tarot cards I already pulled. One is the light side, or a positive attribute of your present self, and the other is the shadow aspect. Kind of like when I did the moon and the dark oracle card. In the light side, you have the 10 of swords. Now, how could the 10 of swords be the light card, Dap? Well, baby, you've been through so much, and you've gone through so many tragedies in life that at this point, nothing really phases you so much. It's like, it's almost not say you're numb to the pain. It's just like saying you are capable and ready to handle anything and everything. So like you've kind of garnered a certain type of resilience that's to be admired. With that, you have the King of Pentacles in reverse, and it's like saying you don't hold on to a lot. It's like I think you're one of the most present piles. Yeah, I think your personality is more so present. Like you get excited about the future, or excited about the prospect of like something new and shiny, because I do get that you may be like a Gemini for real. Gemini, anything mutable. Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, could be you. But when the situation changes, or even the day changes, you kind of adapt with it. You change with it. You don't get stuck so much as sometimes you just have a lot of ideas that don't seem to really come together a lot of times, because you do have a lot of energy, and you do also end up getting disappointed a lot of times at your own hand, and a lot more times just because of circumstances and how we deal with them and how we react to them. But I feel like at this point you kind of handle shit with grace. You learn to kind of keep things kind of closed in, or kind of to yourself, out of fear of being judged or having it stripped away from you. But at the end of the day, you handle those situations with a lot of grace. Now, the thing that a tarot reader or a psychic would say about you in the negative is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You may have money problems. You may be irresponsible when it comes to money, or you may give it away too freely. Something about your relationship with money may be fucked up. I'm just saying, it's called a duck a duck. If that ain't you, just don't, But the Ace of Pentacles in reverse can also means missing out on an opportunity. Like not being able to see a blessing coming in because you're fixated on something else. A distraction too. Clarifying that, you have the 7 of Pentacles. I'm not Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands and the Two of Swords in reverse. And it's like saying sometimes it's hard for you to take off the blindfold because you're thinking about something else. You don't, it's like someone tapping you on the shoulder. Hey, I got this for you. And you're like, no, I'm looking for something else. Or like the person that you're looking for, like you looking for somebody specific and you looking around and they tapping you on the shoulder and you like, stop it, I'm looking for so-and-so, damn it, you distracted me. And you know, it's like they're right behind you. It's like that situation. Maybe not that dramatic, but like it's like things can be right in front of you sometimes. You don't clearly see them because you're not in a place to see them. So that may be something that a psychic may say about you. But no, I don't think I want to go no further than this. I think this is where we stop. This is where we stop. I want to keep these kind of light and kind of fresh. Didn't want to go too deep, but yeah. Sound off in the comments. Let me know if this resonated. And yeah, I guess I will see you later. But before you go, I do want to give you this one last piece of advice, this one little nugget, this one little truth. And here it goes. If you got spirit, what spirit got you? Bless in all we do.